The Rock returns to WWE. The Rock returns during the Men's Survivor Series. Wargames. Alexa Bliss betrays Charlotte Flair. Logan Paul is in huge trouble in WWE. Real-life romance between Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels. Triple H makes massive WrestleMania 42 announcement. CM Punk makes a heartbreaking confession ahead of John Cena retirement. Eddie Guerrero's daughter issues a public statement after concerning news. Let's dive right in. The Rock returns during the Men's Survivor Series Wargames. The upcoming WWE Survivor Series Wargames PLE is expected to be a banger of an affair. For the first time in WWE history, Brock Lesnar will be leading a Wargames team against the sides of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. It will be a 5-on-5 match where the heels this time appear stronger than the babyface side. Since it will be the main event of the night, the Wargames match is expected to have few surprises. There could also be outside interference that could influence the outcome of the match. Number 1. Randy Orton. The Apex Predator can also return at Survivor Series Wargames. He has been out of action since the October 3rd edition of SmackDown, when he teamed up with Cody Rhodes to take on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The match ended in despair for Orton and Rhodes, as Seth Rollins played a spoiler. At Survivor Series, Orton might return not to go after the Vision, but after his longtime friend, Cody Rhodes. Yes, we could see Orton turning heel once again in WWE. The Viper has earlier said that he plans to go after Cody's undisputed championship. As a heel, Orton would be able to pull out all his tricks, which he has done so far, to become a 14-time WWE champion. He may initially appear in support of Rhodes and his team, but could end up delivering an RKO to Cody, thus setting up a storyline with him. Number 2. Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu can also return at Survivor Series to go after Drew McIntyre. The Samoan werewolf was assaulted by a mystery attacker on the October 17th edition of SmackDown. The attack came just minutes before his match against Drew McIntyre for the number 1 contender spot. Currently, it hasn't been revealed who the mystery attacker was. The needle of suspicion falls on Drew McIntyre, though. Therefore, at Survivor Series, Jacob Fatu can return and attack the Scottish Warrior for robbing him of his chance to face Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. Number 3. Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is expected to be at the ringside during the Wargames match, and we can't rule out his interference in the match. The Wiseman built this whole Wargames team, bringing in Brock Lesnar as the faction's leader, and before Lesnar, he roped in Drew McIntyre. In fact, the heel side looks stronger than the babyface this time, and there are significant chances that Lesnar's team could win the Wargames match. Paul Heyman might interfere by distracting the superstars on the babyface side during their entry into the cage. He may also do so from outside. The referee in that case can also suspend the Wiseman from the ringside. Number 4. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. WWE legend Rikishi might also appear at Survivor Series Wargames. Although the Hall of Famer hasn't made any appearances in the last 5 years, with his last appearance in 2020, he could show up for his sons, the Usos, in the Wargames match. Number 5. The Rock. The Rock's appearance is highly anticipated at Survivor Series. He hasn't appeared since the Elimination Chamber PLE earlier this year, when he led John Cena's heel turn. Surprisingly, he didn't show up when Cena won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. Also, Rock was nowhere to be seen when Cena lost that title at SummerSlam 2025. And now, since Cena is just a few days away from his retirement, the final boss can show up once again. In the Wargames match, Rock can appear after Cody Rhodes' team wins the match. Since he is still a heel and is not on good terms with Cody Rhodes, The Rock can kick off a storyline with the American Nightmare from here. Moreover, the final boss can also show up as the new leader of the Vision, in case Brock Lesnar's side wins the contest. In either case, Rock's return at Survivor Series is highly expected. It only remains to be seen how WWE plans it. Alexa Bliss betrays Charlotte Flair. The Women's War Games is set to take place at WWE Survivor Series 2025, and for the first time, AJ Lee will compete in this showdown. This year, Team Rhea Ripley will lock horns with Team Asuka in a massive bout, and during the recent episode of WWE SmackDown, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee joined the double cage match. However, as always, the Survivor Series PLE is expected to unfold some surprises and unexpected twists. Let's look at 3 potential betrayals that could occur in the Women's War Games match. Io Sky remains the babyface star on Monday Night Raw, despite her former Alliance member, Asuka, and Kairi Sane turning heel. Meanwhile, at Survivor Series 2025, fans might witness a major shock when the former Women's World Champion turns heel and joins the Kabuki Warriors. This scenario could unfold when Asuka tries to manipulate Io Sky behind the scenes, and eventually, the manipulation becomes successful at Survivor Series 2025. Io turning into a villainous star could be an unexpected shock for the babyface team. The Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair pair is no longer the women's tag team champions. Initially, the Queen didn't agree to be part of the team due to her issues with Rhea Ripley, but later joined the War Games match. However, WWE Survivor Series 2025 might not be an excellent night for the former Divas champion, as she may suffer a heartbreaking betrayal from Alexa Bliss. Since her comeback, the goddess has been a babyface in the Stamford-based promotion. Alexa may betray Flair because she no longer wants to remain in an alliance with her and prefers to move forward alone in WWE. Since the heel turn of the Kabuki Warriors, there were many moments where Kairi Sane hesitated to perform the heel star moves. Even she was unhappy when they turned on Io Sky. This shows that Asuka seems to be controlling her, but at Survivor Series, the WWE star may turn into a babyface and betray her partner. This can happen when Sky and Kairi Sane come face-to-face at the San Diego show, but Kairi is unwilling to fully attack Sky. As a result, Asuka tries to overpower Sane, and as a result, she retaliates and turns on her. Logan Paul is in huge trouble in WWE. Logan Paul swerved everyone by aligning with The Vision on the November 3rd episode of WWE Raw. Initially, it appeared that the Maverick had sided with CM Punk to battle the heel faction, but Logan ended up knocking Punk out and joined forces with Paul Heyman and co-owner Team Vision, which consists of Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar will battle CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos in the men's Wargames match at Survivor Series 2025. While McIntyre and Lesnar have sided with the heel group for the 5-on-5 bout, Logan has confirmed that he is an official member of the Vision. That said, a lot is at stake this weekend inside the Steel structure. If the heel team loses, the Maverick could be in huge trouble. In the closing moments of this week's episode of Raw, a brawl broke out between both teams, in which the babyfaces seemingly had the upper hand. After the show went off the air, the heel team, led by Brock Lesnar, was preparing to enter the ring once again. However, Lesnar stopped everyone but Logan at the last second, leaving the Maverick alone in the ring with the babyface team, who took him out and poured Prime over his body. The 30-year-old appears to be the odd one out in the Wargames match, and he's being treated like that as well. Braun Breaker was even seen telling Paul Heyman that he doesn't trust Logan immediately after he aligned with the faction. If Team Vision ends up losing the 5-on-5 bout this weekend, the heels may place the blame on Logan Paul and brutally assault him. Since the social media megastar is on a part-time schedule with WWE, it is unlikely his alliance with the Vision would last long. Therefore, this angle could be used to end Logan's tenure as a member of the Vision and write him off television until Royal Rumble next year. That said, while it is possible, this scenario is only speculative at this point. On the latest episode of WWE Raw, Paul Heyman chose Logan Paul to be Drew McIntyre's partner for the Wargames Advantage match. Logan and McIntyre faced the Usos in the main event of the show. The duo had previously teamed up at SummerSlam 2025, where they defeated Randy Orton and Jelly Roll in a tag team match. The heels were once again successful, as the Maverick took advantage of the chaos caused by the other members of both teams and rolled up Jimmy Uso to secure the advantage in the Wargames match. It will be interesting to see how the 5-on-5 bout plays out inside the Steel structure this weekend. Real-life romance between Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels' WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart recently made a shocking claim about Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels sleeping with each other back in the day. The Hitman made the statement during an appearance on the Johnny White Pro Show in Montreal. Reacting to his claims, former WWE manager Dutch Mantell offered his take on the allegation while speaking on his Storytime with Dutch Mantell podcast. The erstwhile Zeb Coulter claimed it was a well-known rumor backstage that McMahon and Michaels' relationship extended beyond a professional capacity in the 90s. However, he did not confirm whether Bret Hart's claims were true. Well, it had been rumored for years that Vince was, he was a switch hitter, they claim. And it doesn't really surprise me that, Bret brought it up because I've heard it before. It's like you get in wrestling, eat your cereal and say your prayers, and Vince and Shawn like sleeping together. It was like the ABCS of wrestling. But is it true? I don't know if it's true or not. Could it be true? Well, it could be. But is it? I don't know. Mantell also said that no one in the company at the time would have been shocked by the rumor of Michaels and McMahon having an intimate relationship. In the same episode of the Storytime with Dutch Mantell podcast, the veteran pointed out how, despite Vince McMahon's preference for bigger and more muscular wrestlers, Shawn Michaels still achieved a lot of success despite his relatively smaller stature. Vince loved big guys. He loved them in the ring. And I'm saying, but Shawn wasn't a big guy. Vince really liked Shawn and it showed. But for the reason behind that, I don't know. Despite his relatively lean physique, Shawn Michaels became one of the biggest superstars the company has ever produced and currently oversees the creative on NXT. Triple H makes massive WrestleMania 42 announcement. WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, recently took to social media to make a major announcement related to next year's WrestleMania. The game talked about a major collaboration for the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania 42 will be held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada on April 18th and 19th, 2026. The Triple H-led creative team is all set for a stacked Mania next year, as they have already featured some high-profile names in the show's announcement, including Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk. The King of Kings recently took to Instagram to make another massive announcement related to WWE WrestleMania 42. The game highlighted that rock music and wrestling have always been a huge part of his life, and he was honored to announce that legendary rock band Aerosmith and Youngblood's Back in the Saddle 2025 mix was the official theme song of next year's show of shows. Two things that have always been a part of my life and career are rock music and wrestling. Incredible to see these icons from different generations come together in a massive way. This collaboration isn't just about the then and now, it's charting a course for the future of a sound. Honored to have at Aerosmith and at Youngblood lend their sound to the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Their new EP, One More Time, is out now and available everywhere, he wrote. During a recent interview with Complex, Triple H recalled how he injured The Undertaker during their match at WWE WrestleMania 17. The game revealed that he had to use a foam sledgehammer in the match to protect Taker in a difficult spot. The King of Kings added that when he hit the Phenom with the fake sledgehammer, the handle went through the foam and busted open Taker. And when I went up top and I hit him in the head with it, I held onto the foam part to protect him. And this handle went all the way through the foam part and cut him from here to here. I hit him. I had no idea. When I came up, he was bleeding, and I was like, holy sot, what happened? You know, he was just covered, Hunter said. The Triple H-led creative team is currently focusing on the upcoming Survivor Series Wargames Premium Live event. The show will feature some of the biggest names on the current roster, including John Cena. It will be interesting to see what WWE has planned for November 29th. On the Wrestling Observer Radio, it was stated that the upcoming Wargames match in San Diego will further set up a major match at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. A tease for this was given to the audience on Monday Night Raw in a segment with Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. The management will reportedly provide another tease at the event, which will give the audience a clear picture of what the match could be in Nevada. It'll be interesting to see which team leaves San Diego with a win heading into the last premium event of the year. CM Punk makes a heartbreaking confession ahead of John Cena retirement. John Cena is set to retire at Saturday night's main event next month, ending his legendary WWE career on December 13th. CM Punk delivered an emotional confession about Cena ahead of Survivor Series Wargames this Saturday. At one point in time, Cena and Punk were rivals in the ring and friends off of it. They battled it out in the early 2000s, creating moments that the WWE Universe will never forget. Speaking to Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show on YouTube, the Second City Saint compared John Cena to Wayne Gretzky. Like Cena, Gretzky is called the GOAT of ice hockey. Punk called his friend's retirement tour a treat and loved the fact that he's able to say goodbye to everyone. Cena is, I think, our Wayne Gretzky. I've been saying he's somebody who's just kind of held it down for a very, very long time. And for him to wrap it up, I think, is like watching him exit with such style and grace and dignity has been a real treat. We don't get to often say goodbye in real time to our sports heroes, so this is the one time we can, Punk said. CM Punk was part of John Cena's farewell tour, facing the GOAT at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Punk failed to capture the undisputed WWE Championship that night inside the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. John Cena's penultimate appearance in his farewell tour will be on November 29th at Survivor Series Wargames inside Petco Park in San Diego, California. Cena will defend his Intercontinental Championship against Dirty Dominic Mysterio. It is Cena's first title defense since winning it on the November 10th episode of Raw in his hometown of Boston. The win cemented himself as a Grand Slam champion, but Mysterio wanted a fair rematch. Dirty Dom is from San Diego, though it's unclear if his hometown crowd will cheer him on like he expects them to. As for Cena's final opponent, it's going to be determined by the Last Chances Now tournament. The remaining stars on the bracket are Jey Uso, LA Knight, Gunther, and Solo Sikoa. Eddie Guerrero's daughter issues a public statement after concerning news. Late WWE legend Eddie Guerrero's daughter, Kaylee, recently took to social media to provide an update on her concerning news. She cleared things up with her followers on X. Kaylee Guerrero recently uploaded a video of herself in which she could be seen bleeding from her face. She did not provide any context in the post, but when a fan asked, she revealed that she had been bitten by her friend's dog. Now, the late legend Eddie Guerrero's daughter has taken to X to address the incident, revealing details of what had happened. She wrote that a couple of days ago, she went to kiss her friend's dog, whom she had known for several years while it was asleep. She admitted that attempting to kiss the dog while it was asleep was a wrong move, as it startled the dog and it jumped up with an open mouth. She added that the dog's tooth caught in her eye, but fortunately it didn't do much damage. Kaylee also revealed that she had to get 6 stitches on her eyelid before thanking everyone who had shown their support to her during her recovery. Update: I've seen rumors going around, so I wanted to clear things up. A couple days ago, I had an accident with a dog. My friend's dog was asleep, who I've known for years. I went to kiss its head while it was asleep. Stupid on my part, yes, I know. And he got startled and jumped up. When he jumped up, his mouth was open and his tooth caught my eye. I'm very fortunate that I can see just fine, and that all I needed was 6 stitches on my eyelid. Thank you guys for all the love and support you have shown me during my recovery process, she wrote. Last year, on the anniversary of her dad, Eddie Guerrero's passing, Kaylee took to X to send an emotional message. She wrote that it was hard for her to see her late father's pictures all over social media on his death anniversary, and she was grateful for a clip of the legendary wrestler saying, "I love you" to her. Seeing my dad all over social media is always hard on this day. I'm forever grateful to have this clip of him, she wrote. Dominic Mysterio is carrying forward Eddie Guerrero's legacy in WWE. The Judgment Day star recently even named his and El Grande Americano's team after the late WWE legend's popular team, Los Gringos Locos. The Rock returns to WWE. The Rock hasn't appeared on WWE television since the 2025 Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. John Cena sold his soul to the final boss and turned heel for the first time in years at the event. Rocky and Cena launched a brutal attack on Cody Rhodes to set up a WrestleMania 41 match. However, the Attitude Era icon has been away from the company's programming since the show. This year is on the verge of conclusion, with only a few major events left on the WWE calendar. Triple H and the creative team would want to close the year in style, and one way they could do that is by booking the final boss's comeback. John Cena is set to retire this year at Saturday night's Main Event 42 in December. There is a huge possibility that multiple stars would come out after Cena's final bout to celebrate his career and applaud him. Many expect the last real champion's longtime rivals, like CM Punk, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles, to appear. In a shocking twist, Rocky could also show up and tease a confrontation. Instead of attacking Cena, the Smashing Machine star could break character and hug John Cena and endorse him. Together, the duo could create another viral moment and conclude the Nation's leader's in-ring career on a high. Rocky and Cena have a storied history, and they must share the screen once again before the 17-time world champion rides off into the sunset. The Doctor of Thugonomics won the Intercontinental Championship in his penultimate appearance on WWE Raw. He beat Dominic Mysterio in Boston earlier this month. On Raw at Madison Square Garden, Dirty Dom demanded a rematch for the IC title. Cena granted Dominic a championship shot straight away and was ready to defend the gold on the same night. However, the Judgment Day member said he wanted to face Cena at Survivor Series, Wargames 2025 in his hometown San Diego. Cena accepted the challenge, and the company immediately booked the title bout for the final PLE of the year. It will be interesting to see what plans the Triple H-led creative team has in store for the Nation leader's retirement bout next month.